I had so many great teachers growing up. The first teacher, however, who really made me think to myself that I wanted to do what she did and influence kids the way that she does was my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Dobrin. I felt as though I could go to her if I needed anything because I trusted her, but at the same time, I respected her and wanted to learn what she was teaching. In middle school, grades 6 and 7, I became an anchor in order to expand my experience and consider different things that I could teach when I grew up. Being an anchor, I assisted those with special needs in a classroom environment, and as much as I loved every child that I anchored, and those were the biggest sweethearts I have ever met, I realized it wasn't what I was passionate about. Being very involved in my dance studio, I was offered a position to volunteer my time and demonstrate with younger children, assisting in their dance class every week. I absolutely loved working with younger kids. Seeing their excitement over the smallest things, such as playing a simple game, made me adore them. I loved it when something would finally click for them and they would be bouncing up and down and showing everyone in sight that they got it. I continued to do this as well as assist with young children's birthday parties at the dance studio. In my junior year of high school, I signed up for a class, Cruise with Children. This was one of the best decisions I've ever made. In my first year, I interned in a preschool Head Start classroom with children ages 3 to 5. I fell in love with being in a classroom environment and assisting in shaping our next generations. These kids would get excited over just about everything and told the most interesting stories. I did have a tough class with 3 kids that had problems at home, and it did make the classroom a little bit difficult at times. But those kids, even though they would lose their temper every now and then, had the biggest hearts and just wanted the attention that they weren't getting at home. As a second year in Cruise with Children my senior year, I was able to choose whether I wanted to stay with my teachers that I had assisted with the year before or try something new. After talking with the teachers that I had assisted with in the preschool classroom, they encouraged me to try everything I could just to know exactly what I really wanted. Knowing I would want to work with younger kids, I tried an elementary school environment in a kindergarten classroom. As much as I absolutely loved my preschool class the year before, I know after this experience that I want to be in an elementary school environment. It is more about an actual curriculum in an elementary school over just the social aspect of getting children used to the social environments that they're in. The children had so much creativity and excitement, yet they were still able to have a conversation with more meaning. You still have fun in the classroom, but the fun and the songs have an actual education part to them. Instead of singing about going on a bear hunt, we were singing about colors and days of the week. The children also had more independence in the elementary environment. They were in charge of putting their things away rather than the teacher or parent being in charge of putting the child's things away for them. Another huge learning experience for me was my first job. I worked as an assistant teacher at Circle Time Childcare and Preschool. Since I was in the Careers with Children class, I was able to be in the classroom by myself once in ratio for one teacher at age 16. Being the only teacher in a classroom was very scary at first, but it taught me how to not let the kids walk all over me and show them that I could still have fun with them, but that they needed to respect me at the same time and follow the school rules even though the lead teacher was not in the room. I worked in the potty-trained building, so I worked with children ages 2.5 to 5. In the summers, I was also given the opportunity to work with the school-age kids, so kids ages 6 through 12. I was very fortunate to be able to work with such a wide range of ages and really get a feel for how kids are at different ages. This job taught me not only how to work with the children, but how to interact with parents as well. While working at the daycare, I was also given the opportunity through my dance studio to teach my own dance classes at the studio through our town's Parks and Rec. I became the teacher for 3 to 6-year-old ballerinas and 5 to 8-year-old hip hoppers every Saturday for 2 6-week sessions. It was such a fun experience to watch kids try things that don't come naturally to them and watch them improve throughout the sessions. I had to come up with each class schedule and a dance to teach the kids. It taught me how to think on my feet and change something quickly in order to make it easier and better for them when something wasn't working.